Good morning. Good morning. So today is Monday, June the 6th. So I got a message asking about my experience in CDL school. So I figured I'd make a video, explaining how it went. So I went to a CDL school in Winchester, Kentucky. I think it's Bluegrass CDL. So it's just like, okay, you got to go for 4 weeks. You got to get a certain amount of credit hours. So you go 8 hours a day for 4 weeks, and then, you go take the driver's test. So I went and I applied to the school. It was just a basic, application. As long as you ain't got nothing crazy going on, you should get accepted. The price of the school was $4,000. But since I went in with my permit already, so they knocked $500 off, and I just had to pay $3,500. So if you go in with your permit, you could get that price lower. The reason I went in I had already got my permit because I was going to go to a big company. I was going to go to one of these mega carriers and, do that whole, we'll CDL training, work for us for a year type thing. But things happened, and I decided, hey, I'll just go to the CDL school, get my CDL, then get me a job. So that's what I did. So I went down to the DMV. I did I paid for my own DOT physical, drug test, went to the DOV, took the permit test, studied the materials, took the permit test, and I passed it. So I already had my permit when I went to the CDL school. Once I got to the CDL school, that first week basically is supposed to be for you studying materials and learning the stuff to pass the permit. So that whole first week, you would be in a classroom. You would be learning the things that needed to pass the permit test. Then that Thursday or Friday of that first week, you go and take the permit test. You get your permit. Starting on that second week, you'll be on what they call the yard, the truck yard, where they drive the trucks. So when they doing that, that phase of the school is just learning the pre-trip inspection and learning, how to maneuver the truck. If you learning a stick, that's when you learn how to drive a stick, a manual, and all that. So you gotta. So the first thing I think they taught us was basically the pre-trip instruction, pre-trip inspection. So that's the parts of the truck you got to inspect, what to look for, the proper way how to articulate what you're saying. Because that's part of the test. You got to know how to articulate your pre-trip inspection. So that's one of the first things they taught us. It's one of the first things they said, hey, you got to know this. You got to know this, 100%. So after that, then we started coming inside of the truck and starting to learn, what the different buttons did. And then we started to, learn about double clutch. We did straight line backing. We did parallel crossover. We learned things like that. And we did that stuff every day for 3 weeks to prepare for our road test. So every day at the school we came in, we did, each person now does a pre-trip inspection. You're going to show that you can straight line back, you can parallel, and you can cross over. And then one of the instructors would take you out on a little road test, through the city, wherever you live. They'll take you on a little road test, get you on the street. You'll do it without a trailer at first, just a bobtail, and then you'll start doing it with a trailer. As the time goes on, they feel like you're ready. Learning the double clutch was the hardest for me. I don't know. I just couldn't get it. Well, learning the downshift was the hardest for me. I just couldn't get it. Like, I'm getting off the highway, I'm trying to I'm trying to force it into gear, and all you hear is hey. So I was like, man, that the downshift was what got me. But finally I got it, and after 3 weeks, I grinded enough gears to where I had it. At least on that truck, I learned on a manual Volvo, so at least on that truck, I ain't drove. Well, I did one other time since then, and I've been trucking for like almost a year. I drove a manual one other time. Every truck I got has been automatic. But yeah, you want to learn the manual so you won't have that restriction on your license. Because if you don't know how to drive a manual, they're gonna put a restriction on your license. And some companies don't care because all they got is automatics. But when you get into the big rig, heavy haul Peterbilts and all that stuff, you want to be able to drive a manual. They say once you learn, So hopefully, if I get a job that I got to drive a manual, I'll be cool. And they said once you know, All right, so yeah, that was my experience with CDL school in a nutshell. It was a pretty good experience. Like Bluegrass CDL in Winchester, Kentucky, man. It was a good school, man. Shout out to them. They helped me out a lot. They took their time. Like every day you going over this stuff. So every day you doing a pre-trip inspection twice a day. I mean, we talking, you got to do this before lunch, you take your lunch, and then you do it after lunch. The school, we was there from like 8 to 4:30, I think, every day. And like those, you get there at 8, you do all of this, take a lunch, then you do all of it again. So it's not like you just getting one shot at it a day. You getting 2, sometimes 3 shots at it a day. Like if you was struggling on the pre-trip, they would say, go outside and work on your pre-trip. Every couple of days, the instructor would actually grade you like they was a state trooper doing a real test. So that was good too. And they would tell you, okay, you did good on all of this, but you didn't do your tug test. You didn't do you didn't check your slack adjusters or something like that. So it helped you get better and better. So as the time went by, you building and building and building on up to the 4th week. I had it down. I was ready to go. And those last couple days I just felt like I was just sitting there just to be there, just to get those little credit hours. So yeah, so that was my experience, man. Go to CDL school. If you got the money, go to the school, go find a school, get your CDL, and do it that way. Don't sign on one of these companies for a year, you know what I'm saying? I hear a bunch of them is good, like if I was gonna do it, I think I would choose one of the flatbed carriers like, Boyd, Maverick, one of them. I can't really recommend TMC, for personal reasons, but I think all in all, probably Maverick, flatbed. I never did really look at any dry van carriers. But yeah, find you a CDL school, pay them. Sometimes you can get grants and stuff for that. You can go down to the unemployment office, get a grant for it. They'll pay for it. And, you get the first job, they're going to give you tuition reimbursement on top of that, too. So, yeah, that was my experience at the CDL school. 4 weeks, 8 hours a day, straight learning the truck, learning what you need to do to pass the test. And like I say, all through CDL school, you're going to have recruiters coming in, pitching their company to you. You're going to have companies you ain't even heard of come in. Hey, you want to do this? When you graduate, we got this job looking lined up for you. You can do this. You'll make this amount of money. I mean, we talking about everything from dump trucks. We had dump trucks. We had school bus recruiters. We had, over-the-road recruiters, regional, local home, daily, mail carriers, UPS, all of them came in. So, you know what I'm saying? It was an experience, man. It was an experience, and I enjoyed it. And you know, with it being like close to, it was like, I want to say 25 minutes away from my house. I was able to go and come back every day. So that's what I suggest, man. Just find somewhere around you. There's a lot of 160s, I think, around, you know, everywhere. So, you know, find somewhere that fits you. Sign up, take it, man. Get your CDL, man. Look, hey, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm gonna be bringing these videos frequently. Subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment, share the video, man. Get your CDL, man. That's what I'm telling you. So, all right, man. With that, after you subscribe, hit the notification button, man. Give me a like. Check me out on Instagram, man. Big Jab TV. I'm gonna be bringing it to you. All right, man. Peace.